From Lockport to Lackawanna, covering all of Western New York, this is News 4, your local news leader.
Spring is almost a month away. Don't worry, it'll be here before you know it. And spring break is even later for many families, but it's not too early to start thinking about travel for spring break.
Elizabeth Carey from AAA is here to tell us what you need to know to make sure everything goes smoothly. Elizabeth, take our minds off of all the cold weather and snow we've been seeing. Where are people going for spring break?
Yeah, and if you have FOMO, a lot of people are away this week because it's February break from school. So a lot to look forward to for spring break, too. But Orlando always seems to come in #1 no matter what. But the trend that we're seeing is warm weather destinations. So following Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Tampa, people heading down to the beaches, going on cruises, and a lot of warm weather climates.
Are you seeing a lot of folks going to those areas only exclusively? They're getting out of the winter and going south. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And if so, are there any good deals? Because not just Buffalo people, but everybody's got to be doing that, right?
Well, right, and that means prices are up because it's a high-demand season, especially if you go a week like this when school's out, the prices go up for everything. But overall for spring break, prices are up about 2 to 7% as far as airfare and hotels. The thing that really stood out to me was the cruises. Prices are up 27% compared to last year. So the days of those really cheap cruises may be over for now at least. Going on the off-season will save you some of that money.
What do you think is the deal with the more expensive cruises? Is it just because everything has been going up and there's a lot of amenities on cruises?
Well, prices have been going up, but at the same time, there's a lot of huge mega ships that are making their debut. So they need to fill these humongous ships and pay for them as well. So that sometimes drives the price up.
While we have you here, I know the deadline doesn't fall around spring break time, but Real ID, when we're talking about traveling, people are going to need to start thinking about that soon, right?
Yeah, May 7th. You're going to want to make sure you have that enhanced driver's license or a Real ID to board a plane domestically. That means you want to go from here to Orlando, you're going to need that special ID. If you have a passport, you're good, but if you just have a regular license, you're going to need to upgrade that. So I know the Erie County Clerk's Office is really busy with that right now.
And we have heard from Mickey Kearns a number of times about that issue. We will hear from him a number of times over the coming weeks to get everybody ready because, like you said, Elizabeth, it is domestic travel. Yeah. It's not to go across the border to fly to Italy. This is to travel from Buffalo to Orlando.
Yeah, and TSA is saying that they're really not going to be able to let people slide. So it's going to be required. So you have to keep that in mind.
So while people think about, spring break travel, it's a little ways away. We are here feeling the winter outside.
Come on.
Maybe not in this video here.
Goodness.
But also, we need these reminders when it comes to car batteries, having those emergency kits. What has AAA been seeing out on the roads?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the week, we saw a huge uptick in cars going off the road on snowy, slippery conditions. A lot of people calling in. Then a lot of people had Monday off. So Tuesday morning, the battery calls started coming in because it was, sub-zero frigid temperatures. And this is when the batteries really die. So if your car battery is about 3 to 5 years old, don't be surprised if it's not going to turn over. The best way to keep it charged is to drive it and keep that juice going to the battery.
For folks who are considering spring break and they might see it a couple months ahead or what have you, what are some things that they can do right now? I mean, do you need to start researching or do you need to start booking? Because it seems like every time here we get to booking and prices are way through the roof.
Yeah, you're going to want to book sooner rather than later. Don't wait any longer because people have things booked right through Easter. We have people booking into 2026, 2027. So some people are planning ahead. It's not to say you can't go anywhere, but if you want a specific resort, specific weeks, it's going to cost you more or there could be limited availability or sellouts.
We talked a lot about, domestic travel and the cruises. What are you seeing as far as international travel?
Okay, so Rome, London, Paris, the top three, as always. There's also some new requirements for people traveling to Europe. So you're going to have to get an extra form filled out, and it's going to cost you about $12. So that's going to be taken care of when you book that international flight. It'll let you know right then and there, or if you book with a travel agent. But something else to keep in mind. Not a huge deal breaker, but just another step that people will have to go through. And that's like a security clearance form to visit some of these countries.
Some great tips, as always. Elizabeth Carey from AAA. Elizabeth, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Safe travels.